This isn't just another top 5 suburbs of Chattanooga or pros and cons of moving to Chattanooga video. Because if you're thinking about starting over, and I mean really starting over, the last thing that you need is another bullet point list. What you need to know is that you are not crazy for feeling overwhelmed, that the hope that you're holding on to is not naive, that people do come to Tennessee looking for a new chapter, and most importantly, they find one. I've helped families, couples, and individuals uproot their lives and make the move here to Southeast Tennessee, and sometimes move from here when life called them elsewhere. And every move has a story. So today, I wanted to share what it's really like to start over. The highs, the lows, the quiet courage that it takes to pack up your life and say, let's go. While I've helped many families relocate, some coming in and some moving out, there's one story that still hits me. It was a couple in their 60s and 70s moving out of Tennessee. One of them was a Vietnam vet who'd been exposed to Agent Orange, and he had to use a wheelchair. Their house was filled with decades of memories, 3 moving trucks worth, and it was everything that they had collected over a lifetime. When it came time to move, they didn't just need a realtor, they needed a support system. Someone to help hold the emotional weight that comes with uprooting your life. That is when I realized that this job, it's about way more than just pretty houses. I know what it feels like to make a move that changes everything. I relocated back to Maine after my mom was diagnosed with brain cancer. I had left a career and friendships in Indiana and walked straight into the hardest season of my life. Starting over in that case was not exciting. It was necessary. But here's the thing, when you walk through it, when you go all the way through that grief, the stress, the goodbyes, you also start to find little glimpses of peace, of possibility. John Mayer has this line in one of his older songs that always stuck with me, and if you never stop when you wave goodbye, you just might find if you give it time, you'll wave hello again. That's the heart of starting over. It's not a reset button, it's a circle. And you never know what's waiting on the other side. So what draws people to Tennessee? Most of the people that I work with are looking for a slower pace of life. They want the freedom to spend their days how they choose. They're looking for beauty in the landscape, in the culture, and in their day-to-day experience. But more than that, they're looking for community. People who share their values, neighbors who wave, local businesses where they're greeted by name. I had a client who was torn between 2 homes. They really liked both, but they met the neighbors at one of them while walking around the property. Just a simple hello and a conversation across the fence. That was it. That was the deciding factor. It felt like home. And then there's this moment that happens sometimes, a moment that I've seen play out in real time. Someone comes from a bigger city. They stand on a porch in the countryside. They hear nothing. No sirens, no traffic, just quiet. They take this deep breath and you can just see it hit them. This is what I've been missing. If you're already starting to imagine that for yourself, the front porch, the quiet, the community, that's a good sign. And if you ever want to talk through what that kind of move could look like, my contact info is right below in the description. I've helped a lot of people do this, and I would be honored to help you too. And after all the virtual tours and countless text messages and phone calls, you finally get the call. Your offer has been accepted, and that is the moment that everyone pictures, right? Fireworks, happy tears, maybe even popping a little bubbly. And don't get me wrong, this is a huge win. But what a lot of people don't expect is the emotional whiplash that's about to follow. Because right after that celebration, reality hits in. It's time to pack. You start opening closets that maybe haven't been touched in years, and crap, you remember that you still need to call the movers, set up utilities, figure out internet, all while juggling work, kids, or just everyday mess of life. And suddenly, what felt like a dream come true starts to feel like a crazy long and complicated to-do list that you feel like might just crush you. Now, if that's you, I want you to hear this. You're not doing it wrong. You're just doing something hard. The stress doesn't mean that you made a mistake. It means that you're in the middle of a life transition, and transitions are always messy. One of my favorite sayings is that no progress comes without some pain. This is exactly why I show up for my clients the way that I do, not just for the closing table, but for the chaos before it. I've helped people book movers. I've helped them organize utility setups. I've been known to find a good takeout spot when the kitchen's packed up and morale is low. You don't have to do this alone, and nor should you. Because in the middle of the stress and the boxes and the chaos, there's usually a reason people keep going. And that reason, that's what we're about to find out. Hey, I'm Chris Roberts, your experienced licensed real estate agent right here in the Chattanooga region, serving areas from Georgia all the way up to Cleveland, Tennessee. Now, I understand that buying or selling a home is a significant decision, and I am here to help guide you every step of the way on your timeline. So whether you're considering a move in the coming weeks or months, let's have a conversation about your goal. You can connect with me through the link that's right below, or feel free to call or text me from the number that you'll see right here on the screen. And you can even just send me an email today. Now, when I really stop and think about it, what are people actually chasing when they move here? It's almost never just about square footage or zip codes. It's about the feeling they're hoping to find on the other side of all of that hard stuff. And over the years, I've noticed a pattern. People rarely move here just for a job or just for a house. They're usually looking for something deeper, something that's slower pace, a pace where you can actually hear the birds in the morning and not just the hum of traffic. Other times, it's the values, being surrounded by neighbors who look out for each other, who wave when they drive by, and who believe in kindness. A lot of times, it's freedom to breathe, freedom to own your land, go to church on Sundays, grill on your back porch on Saturdays without judgment either way. People are moving towards something here, not running away. And there is something beautiful about that. Now, Tennessee isn't perfect, but it is welcoming. So let's be real here for just a second. If you've been researching about moving to Tennessee, you've probably come across a few of those "don't move here" comments. You know, the ones that say something like, "we're full," or "don't California my Tennessee." And I get it. Some people here are worried that new folks will come on in and try to change everything. And let's be honest, sometimes that does happen. But what I've seen far more often is this. When people move here with respect, when they take the time to learn the rhythms of life here, to say hey at the grocery store, and to appreciate the culture instead of trying to override it, Tennessee welcomes them. Because at the end of the day, most people here still believe in being good neighbors. You don't have to be from here to belong here. If this video resonated with you, it's probably not just because you're curious about Tennessee, it's because you're standing at a crossroads. Maybe you're feeling stuck where you are, or maybe life has thrown you a curveball, a job change, a loss, or just a shift in priorities. Maybe you're craving something new. Whatever brought you here, I hope that this gives you a glimpse at what starting over could look like, not just in Tennessee, but with someone by your side who gets it. I'm never here to pressure you. I am always here to support you. So whether you are 6 months out or 6 weeks out, or just want someone to talk it through with, reach out. I'll help however I can. Even if all we do is talk about bluegrass music and where to get the best biscuits. Because really, there are some amazing places here to get biscuits. Go ahead and check out this playlist right here. It's gonna be some of my favorite food spots. And when all is said and done, this isn't just about real estate for me. It's not about contracts and closings and comparing countertops. It's about people. People like you, your story, your next chapter. It's that couple that's downsizing after launching their last kid off to college, or the family that's searching for some more space and a slower pace. It's the person starting over, sometimes not by choice, hoping that this move brings them peace or healing, or maybe just a little bit more sunlight. When someone reaches out to me, I know I'm being invited into one of the most personal decisions that they will ever make, and I don't take that lightly. So if your next chapter includes Tennessee, whether you're dreaming or already packing, I would be honored to work with you. Let's make your move more than just a change of address. Let's make it the beginning of something meaningful, something that feels like home right here in Chattanooga and Cleveland, Tennessee.